Welcome back to the channel. I'm Aurel, and you're watching another episode of AurelDecoded. The 21st century has already seen more geopolitical shifts and social changes than many could have predicted, and at the heart of those changes are the people in power. Today, we're looking at the figures who have steered the ship of history, for better or for worse. These are the top 10 most influential leaders of the 21st century. Let's get into it. 10. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey. For over 20 years, Erdogan has been the central figure in Turkish life. He transformed the country from a fragile economy into a regional military and industrial power. By positioning Turkey as a vital bridge between NATO and the East, and playing a key role in mediating conflicts like the grain corridor in Ukraine, he has ensured that Turkey remains indispensable to global diplomacy. 9. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, Brazil. Lula's first 2 terms saw a historic commodity boom that he leveraged to fund social programs like Bolsa Familia, which lifted approximately 20 million people out of extreme poverty. After a dramatic political comeback, his return to the presidency in 2023 has repositioned Brazil as a major voice for the global south and a critical defender of the Amazon rainforest. 8. Jacinda Ardern, New Zealand. Ardern became a global symbol of a new kind of leadership. She was praised for her swift and empathetic response to the Christchurch terror attacks and her go hard and go early strategy during the COVID-19 pandemic. Her focus on well-being budgets and child poverty redefined how national success is measured in a modern economy. 7. Pope Francis, Vatican City. Breaking the traditional mold of the papacy, Francis has used his sovereign influence to address secular global crises. His landmark encyclical on the environment challenged world leaders to act on climate change, and his constant advocacy for the poor and displaced has made him a leading voice in global humanitarian efforts, transcending the boundaries of the Catholic Church. 6. Narendra Modi, India. Prime Minister Modi has presided over India's rise to become the world's 5th largest economy. His tenure is marked by massive infrastructure projects, the Digital India campaign which brought hundreds of millions into the formal banking system, and a shift toward a more assertive, nationalist foreign policy that has made India a key player in Indo-Pacific security. 5. Nelson Mandela, South Africa. While his formal presidency ended just before the century began, Mandela's influence as a global statesman peaked in the 2000s. He became the world's ultimate moral compass, using his platform to fight the HIV/AIDS epidemic and mediate international conflicts. He remains the gold standard for how a leader can transition a nation from oppression to democracy without succumbing to vengeance. 4. Vladimir Putin, Russia. First coming to power at the very dawn of the century, Putin has spent over 2 decades reshaping Russia's role on the world stage. His early years were defined by economic stabilization and the restoration of central authority. More recently, his assertive foreign policy and military interventions have challenged the post-Cold War security architecture of Europe and the Middle East. 3. Xi Jinping, China. Since taking office in 2012, Xi has overseen China's transition from a world factory to a global tech and military superpower. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, he has expanded Chinese infrastructure and influence across Asia, Africa, and Europe. He has consolidated domestic power more effectively than any leader since the country's founding, shaping the global economy in the process. 2. Barack Obama, USA. As the 44th president, Obama's election marked a significant cultural milestone. Beyond the symbolism, his administration saw the passage of the Affordable Care Act, the rescue of the American auto industry, and the authorization of the mission that found Osama bin Laden. Internationally, he prioritized diplomacy, helping broker the Paris Agreement on climate change and the Iran nuclear deal. 1. Angela Merkel, Germany. Serving as Chancellor for 16 years, Merkel was the anchor of the European Union. She navigated Germany and the Eurozone through the 2008 financial collapse and the subsequent debt crisis that threatened to dismantle the Union. Her decision-making during the 2015 migrant crisis and her role as a diplomatic bridge between the West and Russia made her one of the most powerful women in history. Leadership isn't just about power, it's about the legacy left behind. Some of these names are celebrated, while others remain deeply controversial, but there's no denying their impact on the world we live in today. Do you agree with our list, or did we miss someone who changed the game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the people and events that decode our world.